Thank you, Amy. We're almost done now. Can you give us some responsibilities and powers of each level of government, please?
So, like, we have 3 levels here that have different responsibilities and powers. So, the first one is they're basically the same as Canadian. Again, we follow their tradition because we're attached to them. But we have the municipal, and that's like it takes care of like the cities and like small little problems. So, like, the only difference here is we have like the small, like, little like problems, like, oh, stealing like a pack of candy from like a gum store, or like my neighbor planted flowers on my lawn and I didn't agree with it, like small little things like that, right? But the difference is we get different complaints. Like, some people are too relaxed to get up, and they think that it's not fair that they're sitting down and doing nothing. So a lot of people like to complain about stuff like that. And it's kind of weird, I know, but some people aren't okay with a lot of relaxation, and they have to bring the government in it, as weird as that is. And then we have like the provincial section, and the provincial section takes care of like health care and bigger issues like that, healthcare, education, and as well as for us, gazebos. A lot of people have problems with their hot tubs, and everyone here has a hot tub, and they're given to us by our province because we like our hot tubs. They're controlled by the province. They each have like names for different provinces. Like, for example, the one that I live in is called Limuela, and the power from it and like electricity and the water is from the province. So if you ever want to complain about it, the province is the only one that can do anything about it. And then like our last one is federal, and they take care of things like taxes, mainly taxes. And that's all I know about is taxes, because we seem to have a problem with taxes since we're not really sure as to how our taxes work right now, because our country's brand new. Like, we just got a whole bunch of legislations now, and we're just starting. But pretty much a lot of people complain about getting taxed for too much, and they just don't agree with it. As well as like trades and stuff like that. So like Gazland trades a lot with Romania and Canada back and forth. And sometimes Newfoundland, from like the Canadian part, has a lot of disputes with Romania over eggs, which is really stupid because we've done this so many times and they can't get across to them, and we're just always stuck in the middle of it. So if we ever have a problem with trades, we have to contact the federal sector.
And now for taxes. Is there tax? How much tax is there?
Okay, so like I mentioned before, taxes are something that's really big now, because we're not really figured out. We're not really sure as to what we want right now. But as far as I know, everyone gets the same amount of tax, and we believe that like everyone, no matter how much money you make, you should be paying the exact same amount of tax, because it's not the government's fault that you're getting paid less than someone else. Taxes are even. We have things such as property tax, and we get taxed for using our hot tubs, which is really stupid because we're supposed to be relaxing with them and not paying for them. So every time our bill comes from like the heater of our hot tub from the province, we have to pay that with tax. As well as other sales, but when it comes to sales that are under $10, we don't get taxed. And this is because we think it's pointless and you don't make much money out of it. For example, like if you buy like a chocolate bar and it's like $1.50, with tax it's not going to be more than $2. Like if you buy like a TV and it's like $100, with tax it's going to be like $150 just because of the price that it is. And we just think it's pointless. Taxes are something that like we need to work more on, and we think that it could be better, and I think that it could be better. And as far as like how I feel, I don't think it's fair that we all should be paying the same amount of tax. And like me myself, I'm not very rich, and my mom has to pay a lot for tax, and especially for our hot tub, when we should be relaxing in it and not worrying about tax. Like in Romania, you don't pay for taxes like that. And I think that with the new country we should have that kind of rule.
And now for the spooky side of it. How will crimes be handled?
So our court systems are they're a little bit the same as the Canadian ones and the Romanian ones. But the only difference is if you do a criminal offense, you don't go to court. You're done. You go to prison right away. This is because you should be relaxing. The country that we have here is for relaxing. There shouldn't be any problems. So if you cause a problem, you really should not be a citizen in this country and you should go. So I'm gonna give you like 6 characteristics of things that could happen. Like what happens if you do these things. So murder, for example. So if you murder someone, or if you're accused of murdering someone, you don't get to say, because why would someone accuse you anyway, you know what I mean? Like, you obviously did it, like, it's just how it works here. If you committed murder, you're going to be in jail for 50 years of your life, and we feel that it should be half your life, because you should be thinking through half of your life as to what you did, because you took away the person's full life. They're 100 years, or over or under, or whatever, but it's 50 years here, and it shouldn't happen either way. Like, I couldn't imagine it happening, to be honest with you. From ages 0 to 17, if you're caught stealing something small, like, some people, like, this might sound a little weird, but some people don't have a lot of chlorine for their hot tubs, so they go and steal their friends, and they don't think it's a big deal, but really it is, because you're still stealing from someone. Or like if you steal like a drink from a store, like a Pepsi or something, you know what I mean? So if you do that between ages 0 to 17, you will do community service, and this is because you're not yet an adult, so you can't really pay for something that you're not really old enough to pay for. When it comes to above 18, if you committed small things like that, you do community service, like a chocolate bar type thing. But if you steal like something big, and it's something that like you deserve to be in prison for, like let's say you stole 500 computers at a school or something, or you printed off $500 million and you shouldn't have, or I don't know how like you get there, but if you did, you would be in jail for 10 years. And this is because we think that you should spend 1/10 of your life in jail to make up for what you did. Rape is like possibly like the saddest thing I honestly ever talk about, and if I had a say in this, if someone raped someone, I'd keep them in jail for like the rest of their lives, because you don't do that. You're supposed to be relaxing. You're here to relax and stay in peace. Peace on earth is what we're for. So if you commit rape, if you're above 18, well, it doesn't matter what age you are, but normally you'd be above 18 to rape, I guess. You're in jail for 20 years, and that is a long time, but stuff like that here does not happen, which is why you serve so much time in jail. And I think this is because you need to think about your decisions and like the mistake that you made and how much you hurt the other person physically, and it could traumatize them for the rest of their lives. You could have physically hurt them and mentally hurt them, and that's just, it's not right. Assaults aren't really big things in Gazland because they don't normally happen. But let's say you're having a fist fight with someone, right? And you're just fighting with your hands, and there's not really a weapon in your hand. Like, you can't hurt them with a weapon, although your hand is a weapon. Depending on the harm done and how much pain you cause and how much permanent damage there is, if it's minimum, you'll be in jail for a year. If it's maximum, 2 to 3 years from what I've heard, and this is because, again, you need to think about the harm that you've done. If you have a weapon and you're killing someone, or if it's like a sexual assault or something like that, you will be in jail around 5 years. And this is because this normally doesn't happen, so the rates of years will not really go up unless it continues to occur more. But right now, it's not very common, which is why the years have not gone up as much.